bet. Really proud of those two seniors right there. We started those guys tonight. I think those guys have set the tone for us. Gus being a fifth-year senior and Ben Diller being a fourth-year senior. Those are two class guys in the school business, great students, great people, and very good basketball players.
Steve, I know you have confidence in your guys, but considering how well those guys have been playing defensively, I mean, do you see a night like this coming, just the 50%?
Well, I don't think you can anticipate shooting 14 for 30
Yeah.
from three-point line and shooting the percentage that we shot against a very good defensive team. Ron does a phenomenal job. That zone, they're very handsy. We had 17 turnovers at their place. We played them very well for 30 minutes, and then we let the game get away from us right there at the end. And a big part of that was the 17 turnovers. I mean, we felt like coming in, we had to value the basketball. Gus was talking about that. We knew that they were going to run a 1-3-1 press. We knew they were going to extend to 2-2-1 three quarters, but I thought our guys handled it very well.
That when they started pressing a little bit, you don't think that threw your guys off? It looked like they handled it well. I mean, do you think they would at all, or just?
Well, I think our guys were prepared for it.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew they were going to go to that. We knew they were going to go to the 1-3-1 in the second half to try to create more opportunities for coming in transition. They're so good with the basketball. Back on the turnovers, we committed 3 of those 4 turnovers in the first half, in the first 3 minutes. If you look back on it, so we played the final 17 and a half minutes with 1 turnover in the first half. I thought we got a little bit loose in the second half with our transition defense. We didn't get back a couple times after we made baskets, and Harold's so good with the basketball. I mean, he can push it, and obviously playing at the highest level, playing at Kentucky before transferring there. You're never going to stop those 2 guys. We said that coming in. I mean, they're the only team in the country in Division I basketball with 2 guys averaging 20, and both those guys had 20, 21, and 22, I think, tonight. But I thought we did a good job on these other guys.
Does that just kind of says about them that they, think they have 43 combined, and you don't think that you guys did all that bad on them,
Well, I don't think you can. You'd like to contain those guys a little bit more than what we did, but we've put such a focus on those guys. You think back to last week, our total focus was on Golden and Gardner, and trying to limit those guys out of the triangle on 2. We did the same thing on Person and Elaine at Troy. We just felt like these 2 guys, we wouldn't be able to completely stop them. And then you've got other guys like at Georgia State. We ran it and did a good job on Hunter. He was 2 for 8 from the floor, but Ware steps up there and has 21 points. So those guys, they're both first-team All-League guys. They're phenomenal players. I mean, Hunter will end up going in the draft. I hope this year.
Against that zone, especially in the first half, looked like you guys were content to kind of shoot over it, obviously, but also kind of push the tempo and kind of get down the floor before they could set it up. I mean, is that the best way to kind of attack that?
I think so. I mean, and I thought even toward the end of the first half, a few times we walked it up the floor where we didn't want to. We wanted to continue to get it up the floor before they got set. They're so good defensively. If you play versus set 5 defensively, you're going to struggle against those guys.
I think this is 5 of 6 for you guys now. And to do this against a team that had played as well as they had, I mean, what does that say about where you guys are at? Right
Well,
now?
I think that's a credit to those guys in that locker room. We've got good senior leaders. As we've talked all along, those guys have led by example. Even during the stretch when we weren't playing very well, we had great practices. We had high energy practices, and that's a credit to those guys in that locker room.
Thanks, Coach. Coach, you got any comment on the homecoming 2015 helmets?
I love it. I love it. Kathy wears it better than anybody else.